How are you? Good. Can I get 3 dozen crappie minnows, please? What is that, 13 pounds?
Yeah, it's something like that. My boss caught a monster though. He's going to get it mounted.
How big?
17 pounds.
17 pounds?
Yeah,
Where?
33 inches in Honey Harbor.
It's early fall here in Ontario now, which means it's a perfect time to start targeting schooling crappie. And for those of you who don't know, crappie are these beautiful little panfish. They're amazing to eat. They bunch up in schools at this time of year. They come out of deeper water. They're easier to target in the shallows. We're at a secret spot here, a couple hours north of Toronto, that's been absolutely on fire for crappie this time of year. So we're with my buddy, Captain Greg Emile again. You remember him from the Lake Ontario episode?
How we doing?
So we discovered this place a few years ago, and it is absolutely incredible the amount of crappie that you can find in this lake and the length of some of them. Anything over 14 inches is a trophy crappie in Ontario. We've pulled them out of here 15 and a half. So we're gonna see if we can get some of those for you today. Stick around, let's see what we get. So that little cluster on top of that drop off there, that looks like a nice school of them. So we're gonna see if we can get down and turn them on. See the water temp, it's only mid-September and the water temp has dropped about 10 degrees in the last 2 weeks, which is good. There we go on the bottom, look at that right there. Does that look like debris to you?
We're gonna be needing this. There'll be so many crappie in the live well. Counter's gonna go back around and around.
The ticker. Now there's no limit on crappie per angler in Ontario, but we're gonna try to be moral and only keep about 50 per person. Here we go with the live site. Scope. LiveScope site. Scope. This is my LiveScope right here. So to start, we're gonna be using a drop shot rig. Very simple drop shot weight and hook with live bait. Crappie love live minnows, so straight through bottom lip to the nose, and away we go. Let's see. Come on, baby. Now, walleye. No, it's a big crappie! Oh! That looked like a walleye in the water. Ho 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 ho! Ho! Remember we were talking about trophy crappies earlier? That's got to be close to 14, eh?
That's a slab right there.
Oh yeah, buddy. Hang on. Let me get the hook out of here and show you guys. Yeah! Wow. What a guy. Look at that crappie. That is an absolute slabosaurus. That's huge. These fish almost have a mix of walleye and bass color. They're gold and greenish with black spots. They are beautiful and they are delicious. Crappie is definitely my favorite freshwater fish to eat. This guy is an absolute slab. That literally felt like a walleye in the water. Wow. Beautiful scaly fish. See how big their dorsal fin gets towards the tail end of the fish. It's a unique design. You don't see this design on any other fish, really, in the world that I know of. But wow, what a fish. That is a beautiful crappie. Teeth like a bass, you can see these tiny little pin teeth on its upper and lower jaw. They're not very sharp, they're almost like sandpaper. But wow, they can engulf their prey whole. Their jaw opens, the mouth launches forward, and they swallow minnows and other bait fish whole. Wow, beautiful. Solid 14-incher. Got him. Don't jump. Don't jump. Looks like we hooked up again here. Found a nice little school. Pressed up against that shoreline. It hasn't jumped yet, so I'm hoping it's another crappie. Yep. She jumped now. Beauty. You may have goddamn pound. Another beautiful crappie. This one's only about 10 inches, but still excellent table fare, beautiful color pattern. You can see their fins are a little bit red. They look like a lake trout's fins in the fall before they spawn. They turn to this reddish color. And this crappie is a little more gold than the last one we caught because in the back bays here, the water is darker, so it does affect the color of their skin. But excellent table fare, beautiful fish. Hopefully we found a big school so we'll be able to get a lot more in a short period of time. There they are again, they're back. Same direction, about 20 feet off the boat. I'm gonna switch up and go to the live bait. That's me coming down right there. Oh, Greggy's on. What do we got? What do we got?
Not the size we're looking for. But they do come in all shapes and sizes, so.
This is an inclusive boat.
This,
That's a little too small to eat, isn't he?
oh yeah, that's too small, but
Yeah.
beautiful seeing a future generation of crappie in this lake.
Yep.
And it makes you appreciate the big one Adam caught. So
Always appreciate the big ones.
we're gonna let that one go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Decent one. Just saw him surface.
Slide him right into that net, bud.
Slide her right in.
Oh yeah.
Digging down. Oh yeah.
Bigger.
Nice
Ooh,
crappie.
we got- whoa, we
Whoa.
got color there.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's singing.
Oh,
It's a bass. Dude, this one he's fighting. Now, hear me out. Smallmouth bass in fall. The meat's firmer. Would this one be decent eating? Probably.
so in
But
some
wormy?
lakes, yes, but this one's wormy. If you look real close at the fish, you see
Yeah.
all these black spots on there.
It's a little too wormy for my taste. I like protein, but it's a little heavy. But nice bass. Nice speckled wormy bass. Ugh. The LiveScope, baby. Look at that. Look at that school on the screen. We literally sight casted just to them. This feels like a crappie. It's digging down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finally. You're gonna outsmart us, bud? I don't think so. You can't outsmart the LiveScope.
You want to know the good news?
What's that?
You get to keep your minnow.
Well, gee. What would I do without that?
If he works once, he'll work again.
Look at that. Look at that. Little younger crappie, decent eating size. This one's about 9.5 inches. Beautiful in the sun. Glistening, look at that fish. Crappie have a pretty distinct shape. Their head rounds at the front, almost like a miniature bull dolphin or a jack species. They glisten in the sun spectacularly. Gotta be one of my favorite fish to look at. Oh, it's a Crappie. It's a Crappie. That's a nice 11, 12 incher. The mouth, as you can see again, extends to engulf its prey. Nice golden color right out of the water. Again, a little bit more gold in this back bay. Beautiful dorsal and bottom fin. Yes, sir. Oh, it's a little bit smaller. Baby crappie. Now, just to show you guys a little size comparison, just to give you guys a little perspective here. Here's a little grunt, here's the slab. Still beautiful fish though. That is actually not a bad panfish by anyone's standards. If that was sunfish or bluegill, people would eat them for sure. But this guy, this is an average crappie that you would get. So you don't get them this size every day. Makes you appreciate the days you do. Wow. Gorgeous. All right. We're gonna start cleaning these crappie now. It's almost the end of the day. They've been really fresh in the box up until this point. We've got our electric XPS knife here. So we're gonna start right behind the gill plate, all the way down to the backbone. Look at that, so fresh, she's still popping. Lateral cut, straight down the back. And you've got a beautiful crappie loin right there. We do the same thing to the other side. Flip it straight down, cut. Look at that. Take the ribs out like so, start at the top. Go right behind them and then just scoop them out. Let your knife do all the work. Skin. Cut right down to the skin. Angle down. Knife fillet. The meat clean off. Down to the skin, lateral straight across. And bingo. Now they do have pin bones, just like a walleye or a bass. Problem with these fillets is they're so small, it's hard to take the pin bones out and still save a lot of meat by doing the zipper method, one on each side. So what we do is come in here on either side of the pin bones to start. You can feel them right there. They go up about halfway up the fillet. So we come in on one side, make a cut down, separate it from the rest of the meat, same to the other side. So it looks like the zipper method on this one will work. It does not on every fillet, that's for sure. And there we go. There's one boneless crappie fillet. Now on this one, we're just gonna loin it because there's no belly meat for the zipper. Straight down, so about there. Come right out. I can feel completely boneless. Now that is a beautiful crappie fillet. You can see the meat. It looks almost like a mixture of walleye and grouper. And they are so delicious. Look at the back. Almost zero bloodline except for the tail. Bloodline is what makes the fish taste fishy, if you've ever had that before. So you always want to try to get as much bloodline out of your fillet as possible. But this one has barely any. This one, because we do have the bottom part of the belly section, has a little bit more. The meat is so fresh I can still feel it pulsing. But that is the gist of cleaning crappie right there. All right. This might be the big one that we got first. 14-incher. It's definitely got a bigger top loin than the other ones. Straight down, cross. Look at that. So Greg just pulled this one in while we were cleaning the other fish. And it looks like every other crappie, but when we turn it around, let me show you something. See those 2 marks there? Those are teeth marks from pike. So as predatory as crappie are, they're also prey to the bigger fish in here. That would be pike and muskie. So wow, those are big teeth marks too. You can see 1 incision there, 1 there, and he got swiped on his chin. So, I mean, this guy had good luck. He got away from the pike and then he ended up here. So I think it's only fair we throw him back, isn't it? Unbelievable. So this fish almost became prey very easily, but he was able to escape. I think that means he deserves his freedom today. So back you go, buddy.
It's called symbiosis. So what it is, it's usually a kingfisher bird with a specific snail, and the host is the fish, and that's basically a larvae for the snail. But you need a kingfisher bird and a snail for that to happen in the fish.
And this would grow into a full-grown tapeworm if a human ingested it, and it...
Like a tapeworm.
Yeah,
yes.
like a tapeworm, exactly. So, as long as you cut them out of the meat, you're fine.
And if you cook them to a
certain temperature, it kills the larvae.
They'll be okay, but I prefer to cut them out.
This guy just hit, actually, nice size one. Got him?
Yes,
Beauty.
sir. Nice job, Adam.
What a beauty. This fillet is gonna look almost like a walleye, I can tell. Oh yeah, straight down. Woo! That is nice meat. See the thickness of that? 1/2 inch thick crappie fillet. That's a pretty good sized crappie.
It's always important to double check your fillets, just in case you miss a bone.
Okay guys, so that concludes our day on the water of crappie fishing. It was a pretty good day. We got 7 nice keepers. You saw us catch them, you saw us clean them, now it's time to go cook them. I wish I could tell you where we are, because this place, it's so magical. But I will say it's somewhere in Ontario. Crappie fishing is kind of regarded in the fishing world as a highly kept secret, so we'll respect that. But I'm gonna drop Greg's info in the description below. For the right price, he'll probably take you. I mean, for the right price, I'll probably take you. So anyway, we'll talk later. It's time to go to the kitchen. See you there. So I got some Everglades Original here, some beautiful extra virgin olive oil, and we've seasoned up our crappie fillets pretty nice and evenly on some aluminum foil. They've got a grill that I'm pretty sure works out there, so let's take this and see how the crappie turns out. Wow, look at that, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Meat's firming up nice. Crappie's a beautiful white flaky fish, so this is gonna be awesome. You can see how far the fillets cook through. If you can see starting at the bottom, see how that white coloration is starting to go up the fillet? That's the meat that's been cooked already. So the further up it goes, the more the fillet's been cooked. More of the fish has been cooked. So we gotta wait for it to get all the way to the top to ensure that the fish is cooked thoroughly, which with lake fish you always wanna do. They're not saltwater fish. Don't ever eat a freshwater fish raw. Don't even do ceviche. Perfect. That is egg white. White. Smoke coming off that. Oh my god. Nicest freshwater fish in the world. So that concludes our day crappie fishing, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember to drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.